All right. Tell me about maximizing this unusual short week with the travel.
Yeah, it's a 5 day week with a West Coast travel this time, so it's pretty unique to have to travel from one end of the country, get back at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and and then turn around and have a 5 day week. But it's part of the CFL schedule. And what we're in liking it to is the Grey Cup because you got to go over to Vancouver on a short week with a travel, regardless of what the situation is. Got to play a really good football team. And so that's kind of what we're in liking it to.
I think in general, don't players and even yourself, like I know you got to crunch with the film and stuff, but short week, get back out there, play again, and obviously in your situation, I think players are hungry.
Yeah, I mean our guys are ready to play. I mean it's not like we've played poor football. We've unfortunately lost three professional football games, and it comes down to that one or two plays that we've got to learn to make as a football team. And when we do, we're going to have a lot of success. We've got good players on the team. We've got good coaches on our team. Now it's just a matter of finishing.
And you've always said we got to keep it positive.
Yeah.
Like there's no one's handing out more victories here, but at the same time, there are positives, and you're inching towards that win.
Yeah, I mean, you still got some. They're still young men, and you've got to keep them motivated to want to show up, and and they got to show up with a smile and enjoy what they're doing. Otherwise, you're defeated before you go.
How did it look overall? It was a cat and mouse game. It was just
Yeah,
we score, we score, you
yeah.
score.
I mean, I'd like to comment, but like I told them, I mean, my God, 5 days. I mean, today's day 1 and 2, so we've only we travel a day after tomorrow, so
Yeah.
we pretty much I mean we like I say, I mean there were good plays, there were bad plays, and certainly we need to figure out how to do things in the fourth quarter to help us win the game.
You've given up 12 offensive touchdowns. 7 have been through explosions. 2 have been on the run. I know one was a screen. It'll be a pass, but it's almost like a run. What do you think is going on?
Our perimeter defense needs to improve. We're not getting off blocks. You got to give the other teams credit blocking us on the perimeter. Our defensive backs, and then it comes down to overall top end effort getting to the football. We've got to, there's 12 guys on the field, and you can't assume somebody's going to make a tackle. You got to assume they're going to miss the tackle.
Okay, and tackling has been kind of an issue.
Yeah, I mean, when you give up that much on the run and you give up that much on the perimeter, there's guys that are missing tackles. We've got to do a better job getting them on the ground.
How tough is it to assess where this team is at right now? Because the 3 opponents you played this year all are undefeated, and the margin of defeat is only 14 combined points right now. So it's been close, but against very good competition.
Yeah, but like he said, there's not moral victories, and I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference between the best team in the league and the worst team in the league. So I mean, there's a lot of parity. There's a lot of. It's not like it used to. I mean, when I first came into the league, I mean, we knew good and damn well we were going to win before we ever got on the plane. I mean, it was just a matter of how bad, and because there were some very very poor football teams. That's not the case now. I mean, even the teams that are 0-3 are very good football teams, and they're well coached and they got good players. So I mean, it's we've just got to show up and continue keeping our nose to the grindstone, and eventually it'll break.
Lack of a run game. I know when you have McLeod, the ball gets out fast, and he's going to get in 5 to 7 real fast. That being said, though, there's a physical element to the run that you would like to keep going back to it. But what's your philosophy right now? What's going on?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you have to be my philosophy is try to win the game. It doesn't really matter if it's through the air or on the ground. I mean, stats are for people to talk about, after the games are over. But we've just got to try to win a football game. So if it means that we throw it 60 times, and that's what we'll do. And but we do have a good running back, and we do have guys that are physical up front. It's just a matter of putting it all together.
So it is a short week. There's a fairly important hockey game tonight with a local hockey team.
Yeah.
I wonder, while you're doing the work, is the game going to be on in the background?
It's been fun. It's been really, really fun. And you talk about being down, 3 games to none or 0-3, and not winless. And, and you see how they've battled. And it's been really, fun watching everybody kind of count them out and then giving themselves an opportunity. And that's all you can ask is try to get an opportunity to win a game.
Good story in there, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. And even the Florida's coach this morning, he said, hey, tomorrow there's no practice. There's no practice, no film. And so I saw that on the TV this morning. I kept the TV on in the background and kind of heard that, and I looked up and kind of liken it to the Grey Cup. Well, same thing this week. We go to BC, and then we've got an off week. So it's very, very eerily similar. So we go over and play a very, very good football team that plays really, really good at home. Great measuring stick. Their quarterback's playing as good as anybody in the league. So I'm excited to go over there and see where we are, because that next day then we're on a bye. So there's no more film and stuff for that week. So we've got to. That's kind of what we're likening it to, and look forward to seeing our guys play.
Can a pro athlete learn from what he's watching, like a football player learn from what's going on hockey-wise, and just what they see and everything, and vice versa too at some point?
I don't know. I mean, I guess toughness-wise and kind of mindset-wise, because I can assure you that all the naysayers and all the people, because you ought to see the it'd be fun to go back and rewind and listen to the people talking on the TV about them when they were down 0-3 versus now all of a sudden it's like a shoo-in that they're going to win the game, and so I mean it's going to be a great opportunity for them to do something really, really special, to be down that big, and it's good they gave themselves a chance, and now it's going to be fun if they end up finishing.
I've heard a couple of your guys just say, notice the atmosphere and the passion and everything, and they say, if we can start winning, we can experience that too.
I mean, it's a great sports town, man. I mean, they're used to winning, and they all these Grey Cup things up here. I mean, they like winning. As does everybody these day and age. So I mean, it's a matter of us just keeping our nose where it's supposed to be, worrying about what we need to worry about, and then continuing to keep a smile on their face.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy the game tonight.